Welcome to our 10th edition of the Drive Chat Show. This really is a follow-on from our colloquium in October, which was Transport Month, and we dealt with the theme Driving the Influence. Not only did we have the opportunity of having some expert speakers talk to us about the challenges that people have with regard to using alcohol during the festive season, but we also had the opportunity of hosting a number of important players from the liquor industry. And we undertook that we would follow through on an individual drive chat with them. And today we have Clarence from Distell. So what I'm going to do is invite him to join us. Clarence, welcome. Let's kick off by asking you to tell us a little bit about yourself, not the long pedigree version, all right, just the short, succinct one that our listeners and viewers would like to see, and then share some information on Distell for us, please.
Hi, Eugene, and thank you very much for inviting me to the campaign. My name is Clarence. I was born in KwaZulu-Natal. I've been working for the liquor industry for over 22 years in various different departments. Thank you very much.
And tell us a little bit about Distell. How many folk do you employ, etc.?
Okay, Distell is a wonderful company. We are a truly South African company. We have over 4,500 employees, and we are represented across the brands, the countries, and most importantly, we make and sell, some of the best products we have in South Africa.
You would say that, wouldn't you? Okay, let's just talk about the primary purpose of us being here. And that has to do really with road safety. You indicated you have an international presence, but certainly been present all over South Africa. What are the interventions that Distell is involved in that would positively contribute toward road safety? The reason why I'm asking you that is because liquor industry in general doesn't have a very good reputation amongst some people. They believe that you are the origin of all evil that results from drinking, and as a result of that, when people drive, they kill one another. Share with us some of your interventions, please.
No, thank you, Eugene. Distell, we are really committed in helping to address the issues of road accidents. As a pledge of our commitment, we've got an MOU with Department of Transport under the banner of Arrive Alive. And here is whereby we actually worked with Department of Transport on programs that we can do to ensure that we support government in their interventions to address road safety. I'm not going to go through all of them, but some of the big ones include pedestrian safety at the taxi ranks. Some of them also include raising awareness and education in taverns, specifically around no drinking and driving. We also work quite closely with various transport companies like your Santaco, your Uber, One for the Roads, to ensure that there's an alternative for someone to get home safely. So Eugene, there's many other more which I'd like to share with you at some other stage.
Okay, that's great. One of the things that we find is that people are inclined to blame others for that which they have limited control. So whether we like it or not, we are part of an industry, just as we're part of transport, you're part of the liquor industry, which indirectly involves transport as well, because you're going to transport your goods to various places. Can you speak for a moment, and this takes you out of the spotlight, what is the liquor industry doing in general that you can comment on? Because obviously you want the limelight for today, but what is the industry doing in general that would make our roads safer, bearing in mind that we're heading toward the festive season where we know people overindulge?
No, wonderful. Thanks, Eugene, again for that wonderful question. Look, as an industry, firstly, we do work with aware.org, which is a central body whereby most of our manufacturers form part of. And we've got programs in aware.org that also include road safety. And we're really looking at, again, expanding our partnerships with government on impactful programs. As we spoke about pedestrian safety. So similar as what we do from member companies, Aware.org also amplifies some of those programs as well. We also try to align from a singular messaging perspective so that our impact is much more broader and more direct.
Thank you for that. Can I just touch very briefly, and because you're part of Aware.org, you should be able to comment on this, what the industry is doing about targeting youngsters, because we know that we see youngsters as young as 7, etc., starting to drink. What steps are in place to help that you as an industry through Aware.org are doing to counteract that?
No, wonderful question again, Eugene. Our approach when it comes to underage drinking, we've got 2 approaches. One is around enforcement. We work with various community structures to ensure that there is no sale of alcohol to under 18. And we work here with the community patrollers and neighborhood watches and so forth. And then on the other side, it's really about schools programs. Firstly, it's about, how do we engage learners in understanding the dangers of drinking alcohol when they're under the age of 18 years old. And then, of course, with that educational programs, we also have diversion activities as well, participation in sports and recreational activities, because we know our young people want to be engaged. So that is what we're trying to do: enforcement, education and awareness, and then also diversion activities.
That's great. Thank you very much for that. Now, I'm going to put you in a difficult position. You were present with us when we launched the pledge. Now, I'm going to take it that you have signed the pledge, all right?
Yep, I did.
My question to you is there something more that you, both as Distell and the industry, can do to get that out? Bearing in mind, we talk to about 17,000 people every week. We also talk through the media, etc. What is there that we can do to get people to make that commitment that they will then undertake? If not, we're not saying don't drink, but as you indicate, one of your promotional areas is take an alternative means. Don't be the driver. So what do you think that we could do collectively for people to commit to something like this?
Yeah, no, wonderful, Eugene. And Eugene, I must also say, I think, at the launch, I felt like the program was really great. And I think the concept is really wonderful. I'll tell you now, I mean, some of the speakers, like about Tafi, we already started to work together in programs as well to address the issues of road safety. So I think it's continuously doing things like this and expanding the pool of your stakeholders. And I think it's best maybe next time as well, we invite the rest of the industry to look at this program, because I and Distell, for example, we find this to be quite innovative program to take us forward in advancing road safety.
Well, here's the challenge that I'm posing to you. That's before we get on to our next question. I basically got 2 more for you, is that we are relying on you. We've reached out to the initial group of people. We want to have something like this replicated where we have true representation, because then there's not the power of just one, it's the power of the collective that we can do to make a difference to road safety. And I trust that we will make a difference for this festive season. So yes, my sort of penultimate question to you. Do you follow any international best practice standards or guidelines when you talk about or engage with various campaigns that you may be introducing?
Absolutely, we do. And the first is around using data to come up with decisions. I mean, this is some of the stuff that we've learned from international partners as well, whereby, how do you dissect data to really understand where the problem, what are the root causes, and then you then create programs that are leaning towards behavior change. And here we've worked with Canada with behavior science experts on what are the triggers when you come up with a campaign to ensure that there's a lasting shift of behavior with our campaigns. So absolutely we do. It's data, and also as well leaning more towards behavior change aspects of programs.
Thank you very much for that. One of your colleagues, we were chatting to them a while ago. I know they've got a program. Is what do we do with the data? And I'd like to see, and that's not a question for you now, but I trust that the industry will collectively do something about using that data to in a positive way. So the final question to you, and this is your take-home message, what would you like to, on behalf of Distell and as Clarence, share with the audience on this rather sensitive subject? What would you suggest and recommend to all who will be looking and listening?
Yeah, I think for me, it's really about, road safety is a responsibility for everyone. All of us must take a collective responsibility on road safety. And I think if all of us can be united in our approach and, not try to be fragmented about doing multiple things, but doing fewer but bigger and impactful stuff. And it's also about teaching road safety to the kids as they grow up, so that by the time they get to the adult stage and the time for them to drive, they really understand the dangers and the responsibility they will have when they drive. So I think definitely if we can do that, we can certainly change how we interact on our roads and make our roads much more safer.
Clarence Sibiya from Distell, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us. We look forward to walking a longer road with you and with colleagues in the industry, because I think collectively we can make a difference in people's lives. And I do trust that as we head toward the festive season, everybody that we engage with and talk to can lead by way of a positive example. Clarence, thank you for your time and all the best for the festive season.
Thank you, Eugene. And we wish you as well a happy festive season and a very safe one too. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Do take care. Bye-bye.
Yes. Bye-bye.